guys do
it's very
acoustic
different.
sets. Would you bring it out for an acoustic set in the future?
Depends on how long the set is.
Yeah, it's how much time we got to do.
As long as we're not
Ambi doesn't really like that song. That's not one of hers that she's like, oh yeah, like she's kind of like, you know.
Which is interesting because like Ryan loves that song.
Yeah,
I love that song. So that's kind of cool to me that a song that everyone else loves, for you, or
there's a lot,
if you will. Sorry,
there's like a fair amount of that.
And is there something? Can you put it into words?
Why it is
like what it is about that song that just doesn't interest you? Or not really.
Well, honestly, I think it was because of the way it was written. So the lyrics that come with that song now are the third version. And so it's not natural. Like most of our songs, it's like the song was written, these are the words, and it stays like that. We might take something out.
It's been manipulated.
It's too much for me. So, and the reason why, first of all, I wrote the words alone by myself to the riff that Tony had saved on a looper at the time.
Really?
And I just hit play and I was doing the dishes and I hit record on my phone and that was the song. And I was in a weird mood and it was very sexual and very not something I would be comfortable singing on stage.
Well, now I'm not comfortable.
So I showed it to Tony and was like, he's like, I love this song. It's my new favorite song. Like, whatever. And I was like, it will never leave the house. It will never leave the house. And so I rewrote it, and I was like, meh. And then this version came. The part that I kept was the cold, dark-hearted queen part, or whatever. But I never got attached to it because it wasn't reality. Like, it wasn't true to the way that song made me feel. Does that make sense?
Very much so.
Okay.
Look, I completely understand. And I actually can relate to that because it's kind of like putting a Facebook post up there or writing in a journal. When you put that up there, you're editing it, and it's not really a natural feeling. You write in a journal, you don't have to edit that. Like those are, that's your true thoughts. You know, it just flows out. So when you go back and read it, it means a lot more than this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it does make sense on many levels, I guess, if you want to. Bill Carlin, Marty Ritter, Jill. That's the hot part of G2P.
Yeah.
She's the one that lets that freaking Nathan dude touch her. I don't know why, but actually I do. He's fucking sexy. And Justia says, where to go? I love how Tony is over there doing all the social networking, posting this all over. I'm getting alerts, multitasking champ. She said, you are a multitasker. That's freaking awesome.
Oh, no. I'm not at all.
No, he just tuned out the show.
I did. I had no idea what was going on until I put my phone down.
Devin,
she can multitask. I am unable to.
Devin Starr from Jetter.
Hell yeah.
Welcome.
Hey. What up, Devin?
That guy gets paid to make music. I'm like, so what do you do for a living? I'm a musician. Wait, what are you doing here?
Living the dream.
Yeah. But he's dude, they're awesome.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome.
Yes, they are.
Like I hadn't heard
seen
them
as a full band. We played an acoustic show with them at the Blue Note a long time ago, but I haven't actually seen them as a full band.
And that's the thing is, most of the bands I've had in here, I have actually seen at least once.
Yeah.
Them I met at Blue Note. Y'all were there. Cruel Curses was there. Free Life was there that night, and I just heard him talking out back, and he's like saying the things that I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went and talked to him, but I'd never heard him. I stood him up twice.
Fucking Staniel.
Dick.
Rude.
Right. So, as much as I did not want to be there, Saturday night, I promised him I'd be there at the Orpheum, so I went. I did not want to fucking be there at all. Number one, I hate the Orpheum.
Yeah. I've never been there, and I don't like the Orpheum.
Number two, I was whooped. Like, just whooped.
Yeah.
But I promised him, and I've already stood him up twice. I'm glad I went.
Yeah.
Dude, they were great. That
Hell
cat
yeah.
can play a guitar.
Oh, yeah.
She sings like there's no tomorrow. Yeah. And she just started singing. And he gets paid to play drums, so, I mean, obviously he's fucking good at that. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
So they were good. And their bass is a track. They just use a track for the bass.
Are you serious?
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
Correct. I'm like, it seems weird.
Shit.
And then when you're watching, at first, because of me, I moved across the stage the first time I see you, one instrument at a time, and watch a song, and then listen to the whole band.
Why is they just like it that way, or they just can't find a bass player?
They can't find a bass player. Well, they lost a bass player, and they're like, they didn't want to lose a drummer.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys know better than anybody in the world.
Yeah.
you drop the bass when there's no drums. You know what I mean? You go to a guitar and vocals.
Yeah.
They were like, no, that's not what we're going to do. It wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't terrible. And the bass player never talked back.
That's the best part.
That's good.
Just didn't argue about anything.
He probably showed up on time, too, right? Wow.
But, I mean, I really was shocked at how not weird it looked up there.
Cool.
Because he stayed moving. You know, he stayed moving around the stage. And, like, I'm not into gimmicks. Mm-hmm. But, like, she changed her shirt for different songs. And then he would just, like, kind of explain, like, you know, explain the song. And the outfit change made sense. Huh. Which was kind of, because it was subtle, like a black shirt or down to the rocking tank top. You know what I mean? It wasn't like glamour shots, or you know what I mean? But it was cool because it was subtle, but it fit.
Okay.
And for me, what I liked about it after thinking about it later was, like when you're asking people which, you know, when people are trying to tell you what song they like, that song you sang in the tank top, that song you sang in the black t-shirt. I'm like that ran through my head and I went back. She goes, I hadn't thought about that. I'm like, yeah, because I like the one you sang in the black t-shirt. She's like, that's my favorite song. I'm going, great. It works out well. But she is good. And there's a lot of, like, you know how it is, like, to be a new singer on stage, right? I mean, how long have you been singing?
On a stage? 3 years?
Be 3 in December.
Yeah.
So Kevin Holly can't make it, but his girlfriend can.
Hi, Kevin Holly's girlfriend.
Thanks
for being here.
Brian Moore, what's up? Oh, there's the dude that touches Jill. What's up, Nathan?
Nathan.
I hate to do this, but I'm trying to get better at recognizing the people in here because I appreciate them coming in.
Yeah.
Tom O'Call.
We do too.
From G.E. Sassani. Now,
hey,
Tom, he's the one that, I should say, he plays guitar. They actually switch instruments and shit during the show.
Round robin, cool.
Hell yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah,
Like, the first time I saw it, I'm like, that's fucking cool. And they play it well. Are you kidding me?
I can't do that shit.
I can hardly change CDs while I'm driving.
Wait, you listen to CDs?
Like physical CDs?
That's awesome,
Yay.
dude. You're even cooler than I thought, Stan.
Are you kidding me? Fuck y'all. It's only because I can't afford an MP4. So if anyone's got an MP3 player. And I love CDs. I love touching them. I love putting them in and ejecting them and putting them in the wrong cases and having to sort all that shit out later.
And then scratching them to shit and have to buy them
Gotta
again.
like the lyrics.
Oh, or loaning them to someone and getting back your Cruel Curses CD all fucking scratched up and sending a picture to Ryan and going, I'm going to kill somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Fun. I love that.
Right.
Lost
Yeah.
some of my favorite CDs like that.
How's that?
I loaned my 9 Inch Nails CD to my mom when I was in junior high, and by the time I got it back, she had let it slide across the dash back and forth for I don't know how long that it might have been sandpapered. And I was like, oh, thanks. I'm really glad to have this back. I was really looking forward to listening to it.
What's really frustrating is when it's one of your favorite CDs, so you're just hoping for at least one of those songs to play all the way through. It's like, shit, that would...
Or you think you got it, and then it's like, that. You're like, shit.
The bitch got Tourette's. Dude, straighten up. How do you fuck up on a CD? I mean, I've seen people do it on stage and then bitch at the drummer, but I've never seen freaking... Hi, Ryan. So he yelled at me the other day. I never mentioned no names. I just said, I was trying to explain, it was a newer band. You know, be prepared to make mistakes. But when you do make mistakes, don't call out the person that made the mistake on stage. I got yelled at later for that. I'm like, no one knew it was you, Crooker. We're going to do it, right? Have you screwed up on stage?
I screw up on stage all the time.
I've noticed. Have you screwed up on stage?
Oh, Jesus, man.
I'm not going to ask you because everyone that's seen you knows. No. But, like, how do you handle that? You
Keep
just
going and pretend like nothing went wrong. That was supposed
But what if
to
it's a
happen.
new song that you're learning and you can't get yourself... Because what you do is you know you missed something. Mm-hmm. And you just move forward.
Yeah.
But what if your brain doesn't move forward?
You have to.
Yeah, you have to.
There's
You
no
hopefully
choice.
you've practiced enough that you get back on track. If not, I guess you stop and go,
Stop
sorry,
it. Next
we're
song.
moving on.
Yep.
Well, what Jason says is exactly what you're supposed to do. Just power
Like,
through it.
At the Hooch and Hive, we did 2 brand new songs. One was I'll Save You, and then Bearing Claws. On I'll Save You, I forgot the second verse completely. Yeah. And I went to try, I couldn't find the words, and then I just let that verse ride through musically, picked it up on the next transition where I remember the words. The only reason why anybody would know that is if they heard me or saw me go, I don't know what that is, and just keep going. Right?
That would have been badass if you went, oh.
I usually go, fuck, and then...
That's totally true.
Everyone, what the fuck did she just say?
It's the lyric.
I'm trying to clean up my language, lady. I'm just fucking kidding. So, I mean, like, can you cover for that? Like, if she does that, could you just like, move a little more into, like, play some... off-the-cuff guitar
I've tried to improvise a little bit in situations like that, but mostly it's just stick with the plan, man. We've rehearsed that song 100 times that way, so we stick with it. Now, the other night, I was at the Blue Note, and we started a song. I was in the wrong fucking tuning, man. And so,
I forgot about that.
I shit the bed hard, and I think they were just being nice because they said, oh, nobody really noticed, and I'm like, that's horseshit because my face was saying I'm fucking up, and I tried. It was bad.
Okay,
anyway,
show me your fucking up face. Okay, it
looks
like you're... How was that? It's the same as your jamming face. It's okay. They thought you were jamming.
They're like, ooh, he was really feeling it.
You make that same I'm taking a dump face while you're
well, I guess I'll get all right, I'm lucky on that front. Yeah, right on. Cool. The stank face is the same as the stank face. All right.
That's my finishing face, my fucking up face.
Finishing face.
Dude, just keep it regular, you're good.
All right.
But I try to explain that to bands all the time out there. Like, I've seen you guys enough times that I hear it just because I've seen it enough times.
Yeah.
Most people don't. Yeah. They have no fucking clue that there was a mistake made. You know what I mean? Because they don't.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It's not like you're not doing covers. You're doing original music. They have no idea that that's not how that was supposed to go until you start cursing into the microphone because you screwed up.
Yeah.
Or until you go, what the hell, drummer? And then...
Well, sometimes it's harder just to play in front of musicians, especially ones that you respect or that you're friends with. That's tough. When it's a crowd that doesn't know, there's a certain freedom to it. But, like, when you're playing to bands that you, like, know, love, and respect and that are invested in you, you, like... The bar's raised almost. Like,
plus
anytime
they're busters.
Yeah.
Bust your balls.
They're going to know, like, yeah, good one, you know?
Well, like Murder the Crow, when they did that acoustic set, like, you could see Tyler getting frustrated a couple times. And I'm back there laughing because I know Tyler, and it was just funny to watch him struggle, and he didn't really care, but kind of cared. Everyone else was going, show, what are you laughing at? I'm like, him. What do you mean? I mean, because now you guys with this trifecta thing are close enough to where I've been there since the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the difference in y'all as time goes on. Like, as time goes on, you don't expect each other to be up there at the front of the stage. Whereas in the beginning, every band was up at the front of the stage, and now y'all kind of sit back and listen.
Yeah. Well, and we'd take turns, like, oh, this is my jam. I'm up there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing is, comics are the same way. Like, they perform in front of the same comics so many times, those comics no longer, they're just there to support at that point.
Yeah.
They're a part of the group. You know what I mean? So that stands true everywhere. Because I look back and see Ryan doing this. I'm like, I know he's having fun. You know what I mean? But he's heard it a million goddamn times. And that's, Are you fingering me?
No, I was curious. I was looking at nothing. Don't worry
so
about it.
I see this guy. Hey there, family of mine. I know that guy. Fouch.
Oh, my dad?
Rock.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad.
Rock. Talk about talent.
Hello, Farger.
Holy crap.
let me show you.
Oh, this is going to get weird. No.
Well, people on the internet aren't going to be able to see it. And, Dad, I'm showing Stan your new painting, so...
AJ Reber.
A deal.
Reber?
Oh, AJ Reber. I think he's a Pennsylvania dude.
What's up, AJ?
AJ, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Holy crap.
Right. That's what I said.
You want me to put that in front of the camera?
That's very cool.
That's pretty awesome.
I don't know. Is that okay, Dad? That we show the camera your work in progress?
We'll know in 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
There's a 45-minute delay.
Hold on.
That's all right.
Hold on. Kevin A. Holly is in the chat. This cat doesn't come out for anything. So far you guys have gotten Mike Tyree to reach out and say, I want to play a song with you on the harmonica. You got Kevin Holly to come out of the attic with his chains as a ghost. because he ghosts every goddamn thing he does. You guys are what?